An Arlington woman is dead after police say she was shot at a Fort Worth home overnight. No arrests have been made to this point. Fox 4's Dion Anglin has the latest on the police investigation. Dion.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. A family is trying to...
56-year-old Janice White, a mother of 3 and grandmother, died after someone from outside a relative's home where she was staying fired a gun inside the residence. It happened around 2 a.m. Thursday in the 6900 block of Sunflower Circle in East Fort Worth. Detectives on the scene for hours searched for evidence and possible leads. Investigators say the suspect fired at least 1 shot into the home, striking White. She died a short time later at a hospital.
Anytime that we have an incident like this, it is very hard to obtain details in regards to the motive, the suspect, or a suspect vehicle. So we are asking anyone around that neighborhood that if they happen to hear something, or if they have any type of video on their cameras, to please let us know, reach out to us, because we do need to find the suspect or suspects.
I spoke to White's oldest daughter on the phone. She is still extremely distraught and unable to do an on-camera interview. She says her mother was a certified nursing assistant and was excited to soon begin a new job with Fort Worth ISD. The family tells Fox 4 White was up making something to eat in the kitchen and the bullet struck her in the thigh. They say there were others inside the home. White was the only person struck. Investigators are talking with others, while also trying to encourage anyone who can help with video or information to come forward.
We don't know if the victim was specifically targeted for this attack. We don't know if this was a random attack. They are trying to follow every single lead they can get.
Now, police are calling it a senseless shooting, and if you have information that could help investigators in the case, you are urged to contact police right away. A reminder, you can remain anonymous. It's the very latest live. Steve, back to you.
Dion, I just have a quick thought that many people might have heard shot in the thigh and wonder.
Let's go. Help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Okay, who sat at my desk?
Identity was released today. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has the teen murder investigation tonight. Steve, a 14-year-old Dallas girl was shot to death. Her body found on the side of a road. Police initially thought the victim was an older woman. A passerby discovered the body earlier yesterday morning in West Oak Cliff, and the girl's identity was released today. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has the teen murder investigation tonight. Stephen?
Steve, the mother of that 14-year-old says that her daughter has run away before, but knowing that she was shot and killed has her wanting answers and has her upset tonight.
Why? Why? Why me? Why my child?
Dallas police say just before 3:30 in the morning Wednesday, a driver called after finding a female's body on the side of Merrifield Road in West Oak Cliff. The murder victim has now been identified as 14-year-old Nevaeh Foster, who lived with her mother at an apartment complex less than a mile away. Her mother, heartbroken and angry.
Right now, like I said, I'm sad, but more than anything, I am pissed off because somebody just felt like it was like they were being God, like they had the right to do that to her.
Investigators have released few details about the case, only saying the girl had been shot multiple times. Jessica Foster says her daughter suffered from mental health issues and had run away before. She says Nevaeh ran away on Tuesday and did not take her medication. Foster says Nevaeh had not consistently been attending school because of the mental health issues. And she says her daughter typically came back the next day after she would disappear, but this time was different.
I'm torn up inside because that was my baby, but to know that someone took her from me, is what makes it so much harder to swallow. It's already a hard enough pill to swallow knowing that my child is not coming back.
Foster says she told Dallas police there was an incident earlier this week where a man at her apartment complex allegedly threatened her daughter's life. Police would not confirm Foster's report. Police also would not answer any of our questions for more details about the shooting and whether they had any leads on a suspect or know the motive. All Foster wants now is for police to find the person who murdered her daughter.
She didn't deserve that. She was a 14-year-old child. I mean, what could she have done to anger someone that much that they felt like they needed to shoot her, but not just shoot her, but multiple times? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Again, tonight we asked Dallas police.
Purdue University Global. There's no limit to what you can achieve.
Where Metro Police Officer Jim Gillespie and his partner took a page from Santa.
Well, from carolers to a couple of caring cops. 2 IMPD officers turned into Christmas elves while investigating a crime. Gina Guerrero shows us the police video behind the pair's kindness and their good deed.
It's at this Save-A-Lot on Lafayette Road where Metro Police Officer Jim Gillespie and his partner took a page from Santa's playbook.
He had dropped a box of food. And anyways, I got up there and started to do my search and also located a couple of boxes of rice, mashed potato mix.
Officer Gillespie said the man stuffed the food into his clothes, walking out of the grocery store Thursday without paying.
Because he did mention that he was sorry and that he was hungry. And that's why he took off with the food.
The officers escorted the man back to the store to meet with the manager.
He told the guy, look, if you would have just let us know that you're in need, we would have tried to help you out in some way.
The manager didn't press charges, and these officers did one even better.
I was like, hey, would you let us buy the food? And he said,
all right, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Shah, the one to apostle for the brothers, speak the truth for the world, shalom to the elect. So as you see the judgment of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Shah, you see, okay, you know, and it's all of Yahweh. He controls these things. Let's go to 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord kills and maketh alive. He brings down to the grave and brings them up, right? The Lord kills, man, and maketh alive, man. So you see the judgment of Yahweh, man. So let's go to 1 Samuel 2:7. The Lord make poor and make the rich. He brings low and lift up, man. Right? It's all of Yahweh, man. Let's go to 1 Samuel 2:6 again. The Lord kills and make him alive. He brings them down to the grave and brings them up. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I am, so I can read it again. See now that I am He. There is no God with me. I kill, I make him alive. I wound, I heal. Nothing, anything deliver you out of my hand. Right? Anything deliver you out of my hand. Verse 40. For I lift up my hand to heaven, say I live forever. So right, it's all of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah, man. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. He says, see now that even I am He. There is no God with me. I kill, I make him alive. I wound, and I heal. None is there anything to deliver you out of my hand. Verse 44, I lift up my hand to say, no. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever, right? It's all of Yahweh, man. All. That's why fear to live in power, man. Fear Yahweh Shema Shai. If people don't fear, you see the judgment. You know, it was a teenage girl died, whatever. I don't where she supposed to be at home. I don't know, but it's a judgment, man. And it's a fearful thing to fall to the hands of living power, man. Now people don't fear Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You see, man, in the judgment, you see, a teenager and what was a lady, I don't know. And yeah, so let's move on. Let's go to Samuel chapter 9, verse 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is snares in the works of his own hand. Right. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes, man. Let's go to Psalm 9, verse 16 again. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is snares in the works of his own hand. Right. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. Let's go to Psalm 47, verse 2. The Lord Yahweh, the Most High, is terrible, and he's a great king over all the earth. Right? He's a great king over all the earth, and he's terrible. Psalm 47, verse 2. But the Lord Most High is terrible, and he is a great king over all the earth. Great king over all the earth. He is terrible. And the Most High is terrible. Yeah, the Most High is terrible, and he is a great king over all the earth. Psalm 66, verse 5. Come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible, and he is doing toward the children of man. Right? Psalms 66, verse 5. Come and see the works of our power, Yahweh, by Shema Shai. He is terrible, and he is doing toward the children of man. Let's go to Job. So as you see, she was saying like, oh, why that my child, this happened to my child, man. And we're going to see here, it say Job 4:7. It say, remember, I praise thee, whoever perished be innocent, or when the righteous cut off. Right? Remember, I praise whoever be, remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, man. So as you see, you know, Job 4:7 again, it said, remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, or when the righteous cut off. Even as sin plowed, they have plowed iniquity and sowed wickedness and reaped the same. Job 4:8 again. Remember, it's like even as sin, they have plowed iniquity and sowed wickedness and reaped the same. By the blast of our power, to perish, and by the breath of his nostrils, they are consumed. So right, you know, remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, man. So she was complaining about how it happened to her child, man. You know, Job 4:7 again. Remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, or when the righteous come home. So yeah, Amos 3 and 6. Amos 3 and 6. Should the trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Should there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? Verse 7. So the Lord of power will do nothing, but he will reveal his secret unto the servants, the prophet. Right? He will reveal his secret unto the servants, the prophet. Verse 6 again. Amos 3 and 6. Should the trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Should there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? So the Lord of power will do nothing, but he will reveal his secret unto the servants, the prophet. So right, so you see the judgment. You know, it was a lady, the other video I did, Plus, that was the wrong video. But yeah, it was a lady, old lady. I don't know where she died at, but she died, and the little child, 14 years old. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, so, you know. But it was all of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. We do all these things. Alright, let's go to, let's see what else I got. So we just make these videos to show people, man, the one of you is to repent, man. You see the judgment. Let's go to Zephaniah. To show our people, man, is to repent, man, and take heed, because you know you got the servants, the prophets out there, man. Let's go to Zephaniah 3 and 5. It said, the just Lord is in the midst thereof, and he would not do iniquity every morning. Does he bring his judgment to the light? And he fail not, but his unjust know no shame, right? The unjust know no shame, man. Zephaniah 3 and 5 again. It said, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He would not do iniquity every morning. Does he bring his judgment to light? He fail not, but he unjust know no shame, right? Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Amos. Do that. Amos 5 and 4. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, unto the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live. Right? You shall live, man. Amos 5 and 4 again. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, unto the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live. Right, seek him and you shall live. Let's see what else I got. We again, Amos 5 and 4 again. For thou said the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live, man. Let's go to Luke. (13) verse. It said, call to repent. Let's see. Luke chapter 13 verse 2, and Yahweh shall answer and say unto them, suppose you that their Galilee was sinners above all Galilee, because they suffered sure things. Verse 3, I tell you nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish. Man, yet again, Luke 13 verse 5, right again, it said, I tell you nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish, man. Right, man. Luke 13:5 again. I tell you nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish. So you see the judgment of Yahweh. Man, you see, man. And the people don't realize. Man. I made that other video. Kinda that was wrong. Let me see if I can do something here. Let me see something.
Neighbors tell us a couple.
Let me see some. Let me see. No, what about that?
And we start with that tragedy in Harris County. A man and woman found dead in their front yard. 5 children were inside the home at the time. This happened on Don Street near Mount Houston and Homestead. That is where Anieli Ruiz has the story.
Well, neighbors tell us the couple hadn't lived here for long, but they tell us they're pretty shocked to hear the news and they never imagined this would have happened. A tragic story for a local family on Christmas Day. Harris County Sheriff investigators tell us shortly after 1 a.m., a husband killed his wife and then shot himself, all while 5 kids were inside the home.
This couple, a man and wife, was at a family function earlier. They came home and then this incident occurred. The female was 42 years old, had sustained what appears to be some type of blunt trauma to the head, and the 45-year-old male had sustained what appears to be a single gunshot wound to the head.
The Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez in a tweet identifying the couple as 45-year-old Arsenio Gonzalez and his wife 42-year-old Maria Gonzalez. They're calling this a murder-suicide. Investigators tell us the kids inside the home range from ages 7 to 16 years old.
They did not witness anything in terms of the assault or the shooting.
Experts with the Houston Area Women's Center tell us domestic violence can escalate into these situations.
And in this case, this is the ultimate act of violence. We know, generally speaking, that history of abuse predated the physical violence.
And unfortunately, they tell us they're seeing a rise of domestic violence cases in our area.
What we're hearing right now is the escalating violence, the severity of physical violence, the broken bones, the choking, the strangulation. It's the physical violence we feel that's gotten more severe. And that to us is a telltale sign that real danger lurks, that survivors are not safe.
The Women's Center wants all people who are in an abusive relationship to reach out for help, especially when kids are involved, because ultimately, they're the ones whose lives are sometimes tragically affected. We're trying to find out if sheriff deputies had ever responded to this home before. Unfortunately, they tell us that information is not available at this time. Reporting in North Harris County, Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Anieli, thank you so much. And we know that the holidays can be, and especially.
So you see, man, it's judgment, man. People celebrating these wicked holidays and all these things are going, man. Man, these people, man, let's go into this one.
And facing serious charges tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Nabi. Christmas tragedy on Staten Island, where a love triangle took a deadly turn. A man was found dead in the hallway of an apartment building. The suspect under arrest and facing serious charges tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal has details from New Dorp.
Investigators say the 2 men involved in this crime were involved with the same woman. Now one of them is dead and the other is facing charges. On this Christmas day, what should have been merry and bright at this apartment building on Clove Road turned dark after investigators found a man strangled to death in the hallway of the 2nd floor.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. I was crying when I heard that. Neighbors were woken up just after 7 this morning to chaos after police say a love triangle went wrong. 36-year-old Rafael Ramos came to confront Emmanuel Diaz, who lived here. Police say both men were involved with the same woman. They say Ramos was armed with a knife, entered Diaz's apartment through an unlocked door, and there was a struggle. I heard banging. I just heard somebody screaming inside the apartment. Now he kids I was screaming as well. As the fight escalated, detectives say Diaz choked Ramos to death and then dragged his body into the hallway. His wife and young children, ages 4 and 6, were inside the apartment. Police were seen arriving to that 2nd floor. Cops was looking around to see where was the crime was coming, which direction, because it's 2 different buildings that connected. Neighbors are on edge tonight as they say this crime is too close to home.
Terrible. We have to live here. Maybe they should try and get security then.
This is so sad for somebody to choose on Christmas Day to stab somebody and drag the body and out of the hallway. This is very sad.
Detectives say that suspect, Emmanuel Diaz, is now facing several charges, including murder and strangulation. In the new
Let's go help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Okay, who sat at my desk?
At a home on Prevost Street, police are now looking for a person of a Christmas Day tragedy as a mother and daughter are found shot to death inside a home. Thanks for joining us. I'm Priya Mann. Detroit police made the discovery late this afternoon on the city's west side. It happened at a home on Prevost Street. Police are now looking for a person of interest in connection. Megan Woods joins us live from Detroit Police headquarters with the latest on the investigation. Good evening, Megan.
Yeah, Dwayne McDonald is that person of interest police are looking for. He's the husband of the 57-year-old woman who was killed, but he's not the father of the 13-year-old who was killed. It's a heartbreaking story. 2 people killed, one a child on Christmas Day, and to make matters worse, it was family members arriving for Christmas dinner who found them.
It's Christmas. I mean, I don't know what could have sparked such rage.
A 57-year-old woman and her 13-year-old daughter, who was handicapped, were shot and killed in this home. Police say it happened around 5:45 Christmas morning. An older daughter of the woman is who found them.
Like many of us today, we went over family members' homes for dinner. Like that, this lady was coming to dinner with her mom and her husband and her child. And when she didn't hear from her mom throughout the day, she just came over because she hadn't answered the phone. And they looked through the window because she wasn't answering the door, and they could see an image of what appeared to be a body laying on the floor.
Now police are looking for answers, and talking to 62-year-old Dwayne McDonald would help get those answers.
We don't know if he's a suspect or a victim himself, but he needs to contact the police immediately because we're going to put all resources out to find him.
Not just to solve this crime, but to help family who are no longer enjoying the holidays, but grieving loved ones.
But my job now is to get this person off the street and to make sure that we bring this family some closure. But certainly, this Christmas going forward will be the worst time of their life, and that's where we're at.
Police say Dwayne McDonald is the only other person who lived in that home, and they need to talk to him. He's 6'2", and they say the last place he was seen was leaving that home in a gray Buick. The license plate information is on your screen, EKY 4074. If you have any information on his
but radio silence. My heart says something bad has happened.
Right now at 10, a mother and family desperately searching for a missing loved one.
24-year-old Hannah Cook has been missing for 6 days now. She was last seen in a downtown parking lot. News 4's Caitlin Ogle spoke with her heartbroken mother, who is fearing for the worst. Caitlin?
Well, Hannah's mother is trying to stay positive and keep hope, but she says in her heart she has a feeling something bad has happened. Since Thursday night, there's been nothing but radio silence. My heart says something bad has happened. I don't want to believe that, but at the same time, she just wouldn't do it. She just wouldn't disappear off the face of the earth.
Hannah Cook missing for 6 days. Her family and mother Gina retracing the 24-year-old's steps, starting with the last time they spoke during a 10-second accidental FaceTime call Thursday night around 8:30.
I said, "What are you doing?" And she says, "Mom, it's about, you're not gonna like, it's about a boy."
Gina later learning Hannah was sitting in her silver 02 Honda Accord in the parking lot of the Bricktown Bass Pro Shop. But the red flags not popping up until Saturday, when she didn't show up to work on Friday and wouldn't pick up the phone.
We went to her apartment and found that her dog was there alone. So that was the biggest alert, thinking that, wait a minute, there's been nobody here to take care of these animals.
Gina filing a police report while scouring Hannah's bank and phone records.
There had been no hits on her debit card since Thursday at 5 o'clock when she was at a pizza place. She has not used her phone, not one to go days and not talk to anybody.
With no leads, Gina's fearing the worst.
I checked the morgues. I sent her description to the medical examiner. My heart says my daughter's dead. That's what my heart says.
Hannah's about 5'7" with dark hair that could be in natural curls or braids. She also has a large tattoo of a rose on her thigh.
Having it, she has no clothes with her, no makeup, nothing, so she's probably disheveled.
Instead of gathering for the holidays, Hannah's family is working together to print flyers and pass them around town.
This is 6 days.
She's not going to be here Christmas, and she's probably not going to be here New Year's. And I don't think she's going to come back at all. I just want to know where she's at. I want to know what happened to her. I want to know where she's at.
Hoping a miracle will happen.
Lord, wrap your arms around her and tell her we're looking for her, that we're going to find her. Don't let her be scared.
Now, if you
This is your living room / yoga shanty / regional office / and this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
Father and his 2 sons, ages 11 and 8, all killed during an early morning house fire in Quakertown. Now community members are rallying behind the mother and child who made it out alive. Action News reporter Gray Hall has details on what investigators say about this case.
Devastation, heartbreak, and tragedy on Christmas morning.
3 of the family members are deceased as a result of the fire.
Investigators say this house fire took the lives of a 41-year-old dad and his 2 sons, only 11 and 8 years old. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help this family, identified as the King family of Quakertown.
I couldn't see anybody, so I thought that they got everyone out, but yeah, it was kind of sad. You know, it was really sad to realize that, yeah, not everybody was saved.
The mother and another child were able to make it out of that fire alive. The Martinez family says they knew the victims.
He was in my class. He survived. His mother survived. I knew them, and then I got the news that sadly his father and his brother's died.
Oh, I can't. I'm Christian. I hope, I know it's something after this life, but I don't want to lose, like, my kids.
Police say the fire started around 1:30 a.m. at the home on Essex Court in Quakertown.
Life changed like that.
Firefighters say at times the flames were so intense that crews were pushed out of the home. They got word that victims were trapped, but unfortunately could not make it to them in time.
We're looking at the Christmas tree that may have ignited as a result of Christmas lights on that Christmas tree.
About an hour later, this fire was placed under control, but the damage it had caused was already unimaginable and irreplaceable. A day that's supposed to be about family and celebration, horrifically disrupted by fire. The mother and son who escaped were not seriously injured, but now live with the reality of what this fire robbed them of.
It's part of your body. I can't believe the mom, 1 brother, no husband, no 2 sons, no father, no 2 brothers. So that hurt.
This community deeply saddened and heartbroken by this.
So what you see, let's go to Zephaniah. It's a couple more scriptures. Zephaniah again, we're gonna get that one more time. Zephaniah 3 and 5 again. So you see, man, these people celebrating these wicked holidays with a house on fire, missing daughter. It's all judgment, man. Zephaniah 3 and 5, just Lord in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity every morning. Does he bring his judgment to light? He failed not, but the unjust no shame. So as you see, let's go to Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7, it said, make no terror to turn to the Lord, and put not off day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and thou secure, and thou shalt be restored and perish in the day of vengeance. Right, don't make no terror to turn to the Lord. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7 again, it said, make no terror to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and thou secure, and thou shalt be restored and perish in the day of vengeance. Right, in the day of vengeance, man. So I'm gonna close it out right there. That's been a long one. Let's give it our praise to Yahweh, by Shem Awashad, that will honor to apostle and the brothers, speak the truth around the world, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.